working from home, and we have to play this clip of Jamie Dimon on how he reacts when this came up. And the way I'm going to go into this, Rob, I'm going to tell the story of Google, what just happened with Sergey Brin and what they're doing at Google, talking about the fact that Sergey Brin tells Google employees that 60 hours a week is the sweet spot for productivity. Some beg to differ, okay? Google co-founder urged employees working on Gemini to target about 60 hours a week as the sweet spot of productivity, writing in a memo, competition has accelerated immensely and the final race to AGI is afoot, referring to AI and suggesting they be in the office at least every weekday, though he noted some folks put on a lot more but can burn out or lose creativity. Workplace experts challenge Brin's view with John Turgokis, a University of Toronto management professor. Of course, a professor is going to have his opinion, who doesn't work, but he's telling others how to work. Tells Business Insider, we see people taking longer to do the same amount of work than they would when they were fresher due to errors and motivation drops and da-da-da-da-da. And then CEO of Jabot favors burstable bandwidth over fixed long hours. You work a bit harder on these days, but you have to be able to rest and recharge, which is a good point, but 60 hours, right? Then there's Jamie Dimon and a leaked recording where he loses his shit is what a lot of people are saying.
I love it.
Okay? And here's what he had to say. Go for it, Rob.
A lot of you were on the fucking Zoom and you were doing the following, okay? You know, looking at your mail, sending texts to each other about what an asshole the other person is. Okay, not paying attention, not reading your stuff, you know, and if you don't think that slows down efficiency, creativity, creates rudeness and stuff, it does, okay? And when I found out that people are doing that, you don't do that in my goddamn meetings. You go to a meeting with me, you got my attention, you got my focus, I don't bring my goddamn phone, I'm not sending texts to people, okay? It simply doesn't work, and it doesn't work for creativity, it slows down decision-making. And don't give me the shit that work from home Friday works. I call a lot of people on Friday. They're not a goddamn person you get a hold of. But here are the problems, okay? And they are substantial, okay? Which is the young generation is being damaged by this. That means they may or may not be on your particular staff, but they are being left behind. They're being left behind socially, ideas, meeting people. In fact, my guess is most of you live in communities a hell of a lot less diverse than this room. Every area should be looking to be 10% more efficient. If I was running a department of 100 people, I guarantee you, if I wanted to, I could run it with 90 and be more efficient. I guarantee you, I could do it in my sleep. And the notion, these bureaucracies, I need more people, I can't get it done. No, because you're filling out requests that don't need to be done. Your people are going to meetings they don't need to go to. Someone told me to approve some of his wealth management that they had to go to 14 committees. I am dying to get the name of the 14 committees. And I feel like firing 14 chairmen of committees. I can't stand it anymore. Now, you have a choice. You don't have to work at JP Morgan. So the people of you who don't want to work at the company, that's fine with me. I'm not mad at you. Don't be mad at me. It's a free country. You can walk with your feet, you know, but this company is going to set our own standards and do it our own way.
Thank you.
And I've had it with this kind of stuff. And, you know, I come in, you know, I've been working 7 days a goddamn week since COVID, and I come in and where's everybody else? But they're here and there, and the Zooms don't show up, and people say they didn't get stuff. So that's not how you run a great company. We didn't build this great company by doing that, by doing the same semi-disease shit that everybody else does.
I love it. Tom, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I love what he's saying, and let's break into some of the major parts. He talks about individual development. Tim Armstrong of Verizon's Oath, which was Verizon Media, man, took it in the chops when he came out and he said, I'm already seeing, and we were only 6 months into COVID, I'm already seeing people working from home that are not getting the ability to develop, that want to raise or they want to be promoted to manager, and they haven't been around people and they haven't been developing. So number one is development, and he's absolutely right. The overall umbrella, though, these are the standards that make this company great, and I am leading this company, and this is the way I'm going to do it. And so he's not out there to say, I'm going to vote for the average. He called it a disease. He said, I'm not here to vote for average. These are the standards that make JP Morgan great. If you want to work with JP Morgan, work for me, and here's what I think about it. And you get development out of it, but also I want to eliminate focus and distraction. People do it to me. You don't do that at my meetings. When I'm at my meetings, I set my phone aside. You have my focus. You have my attention. And so he's absolutely correct as far as I'm concerned. If other people want to do it differently, they can do it differently. And by the way, what was Sergey Brin talking about? Competition. He said competition in AI is heating up. It is not a given that our Gemini project is going to be successful. And by the way, I think 60 hours a week is about what we need to do here, because this is a competitive thing, and we could lose a lead here. That's what Sergey Brin's talking about. But what are they both talking about? We're leading these companies, and if you want to work here, this is the way it's going to be. And why do people not respect that?
Jillian.
I think it's a generational thing. As a Gen Xer, I remember when Katzenberg said, if you don't come in on Saturday, don't even bother coming in on Sunday. And that was the culture. Elon Musk said, here, you bitch about burning the midnight oil. And in China, they're burning the 3 a.m. oil. And we're losing. Like AI, look what DeepSeek just did. So for me, as a Gen Xer, that is music to my ears, but try to tell that to a kid who's Gen Z. And you know what's fascinating is that your entire team here is filled with young, aggressive, hungry kids.
Thank you.
And I cannot figure out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Number one. And I can't figure out what you've done to condition them to work like they're Gen X. Because I meet with these kids, I will not take an executive assistant, because every time I sit down with one of them, they're like, well, what's the vacation time and what's the pay and what are my benefits? Not, hey, I researched your company. I see that you do X, Y, and Z. I think I can contribute this to the table based on my background and that. Like, you don't have that anymore. When I was a kid, you showed up first and you left last, and that's how you got ahead. So I love it, but is that realistic for America and for our younger generation? I don't know.
Adam.
Well, have you ever heard Jamie Dimon talk like that? I've never seen Jamie Dimon in public.
Well, it was leaked.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
You know what's
It's
going on
awesome.
behind closed doors.
Yeah.
He's a freaking badass.
I love him.
He dropped the G damn word probably 7 times. Other than that, wow. You can understand what type of leader he is. But
Okay, so
I think it's so interesting that in some capacities, you have let's just use 2 archetypes. You have the Jamie Dimon of the world, who's basically saying, work your ass off. I'm in here 7 days a week. Go, go, go. Sergey Brin is a billionaire, top 10. He's a founder of Google, right?
Yeah.
Top 10 richest billionaire in the world. And then you have the Bernie Sanders crew, who's like 4-day work weeks, 30-hour work weeks, divergent pathways, the siesta, Spain, lifestyle.
Everything's covered.
So, and then
your college are going to pay for that. We're going to pay for everything.
Take your pick.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's almost as if, and because a majority of this with the Zoomers and stuff he's talking about is COVID. COVID was such an impact that people started working from home. And guess what? Comfortable. The drifters, they're hanging out, they're home, they're not doing, trust me, I know a shitload of them, and they're still doing it. So they get comfortable, just like what you're seeing with Doge with all these federal employees. They don't want to go back. They're like, wait a minute, you're calling me out on my bullshit? How dare you? How dare you point out what the hell I'm doing wrong? And I think COVID was one of those main ones that really got everybody just to chill out and be like, what? I could still do it at home.
And the quiet quitting.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's when they don't answer the
Just
phone.
close your
It's like the
computer.
quiet quitting. They just literally
You know what
fake it and continue to make it. I don't know how. It's fascinating.
Last time when we got in the car after we had dinner, what did I say about Giancarlo and Jillian?
Absolutely amazing things. And Giancarlo was like one of the biggest surprises ever.
Right? When we got in the car, we're like,
Amazing.
what a great dinner.
Amazing.
It's like, you know what it was? It didn't take long to realize there's a connection. It's not an act. Nobody was acting. But let me tell you, if we had 5 other people at the table, they would have been so annoyed by us.
I think so too.
There could have been people at the table that would have been so annoyed by us because like attracts like. So when you're talking about the Gen Zs that are here and the guys that are young that are working,
Great.
I didn't make
Great
them that
kids.
way.
Unbelievable.
They found us, meaning they're like that and they found a home here.
They
came here and then they realized what the culture is like, what I'm doing with. They're like, shit, this isn't just an act. Pat really talks to them and they do it. Few things I wrote down here with this. When I had my guys and I'm building an insurance company and I would hear guys use their faith and their family as an excuse to not work hard, it was so funny to me. Well, listen, you care more about money and success than I do. What's important to me is my kids. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. Oh, wow. What a noble guy you are.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so amazing. You care more about your kids than I do. Yeah, that's fantastic. So your kids, you think you want your kids to do what you tell them to do, or you think they're going to do what you're doing? There's more caught than taught in parenting. There's more caught than taught in parenting. Your kids are going to watch you stay home and be a daddy, being at home at the kids all the time. When they age, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be home. My kids come here, they see how they're working, they see what the energy is like, they see competition, they want to be the same way as well. That's the different energy that you're giving them. Family. So many people use a family. Well, it's because of this, it's because of that. I want to be around my, if you actually put a camera on their house, what they were doing, they're watching TV. They're watching YouTube videos. It's not quality time. That's not called quality time. You're wasting it, right? But the other part that's very interesting with this, and I love what Jamie said. I absolutely love. Jamie had the luxury of being the executive assistant of Sandy Weil at American Express. Let me say this one more time. Sandy Weil, the former CEO of Citigroup, when he was at American Express as an executive, Jamie was his assistant. He was his EA. Let me say this again. Jamie Dimon was the EA to Sandy Weil. Sandy Weil is one of the biggest deal makers of all time. The guy was a badass mother, you know what. He was a beast. And then the issue happened when he gave Jamie a promotion and Jamie started doing really well. Jamie was able to shadow somebody that was a killer. Wow. He learned from somebody. He watched someone. It's like, oh my God. So this is what it takes to compete at the highest. You are part of the luckiest community if you ever work under somebody where you get a chance to see what it really looks like to compete at the highest level. You're so lucky if you're able to witness that. Jamie took advantage of it. Now he's the CEO of the biggest bank in the world. And I'll tell you the last thing, we can go to the next story. You know what's one of the scariest things about life? Here's one of the scariest things about life. Last night we're having dinner, okay? And dessert shows up. And the dessert at this place is the best. Mikel takes care of us. Mikel brought this pistachio ice cream with a 25-year aged balsamic glaze that he put on top of the ice cream and the strawberry.
Ridiculous.
And you're eating it. The level of euphoria, it just doesn't, how happy you are, right? And everybody's trying different things. And I'm ordering the gnocchi, the Almetriciano style, and all this other stuff that they bring. And then sugar comes. And you know what Jillian said? Yeah, I just don't do that. What do you mean? I just don't do sugar. I made a decision a long time ago. I don't do sugar. She didn't even say, I don't do dessert. She says, I don't do sugar. What do you mean you don't do sugar? Who talks like that, right? That's a standard. But the main point is the following. In life, we all have a price to pay.
Yeah.
You either pay it now or you're going to pay it later. So to the Gen Zers that are bitching about Jamie Dimon and a boss they're working at that's driving the hell out of them, let me give you two prices. You could not pay the price now, and you could just kind of chill and hang out and relax now in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. You will pay a massive price in your 70s and your 80s and your 60s. And that massive price, you know what that price is? Here's what the massive price is. Let me paint a picture to you and see if you like this or not. You're 62 years old. You got 3 kids. You have 6 grandkids. Those kids of yours, for Christmas, have a choice between coming to you to spend Christmas and Thanksgiving with you or the in-laws of the family that they married, because those guys made better decisions. They're in a better place to be able to take care of the kids in a better way. And you didn't. You were smoking weed, kicking back, relaxing, chilling out in your 20s, 30s, 40s. You're going to sit there in your 60s and 70s in bed and say, how come our kids are not with us? I wish they were with us, babe. Or you'll be by yourself saying, man, I wish they was with us. That's a painful price. The price of working 60 to 80 hours a week in your 20s and 30s, give me a flipping break. Are you kidding me? That's the price you're bitching about? Don't worry. Wait till that age is in their 60s. Then call me back. Connect me by that time. And tell me how you feel about the price that you were not willing to pay. That price on the back end should scare the crap out of everybody. Should scare the crap out of everybody when it comes down to alcohol, drugs, health, relationship, finances, all of that stuff, career. You can party all you want. You can chill all you want. Like this. Vinny, in 15 years, you and I are 61 years old.
Oh, my God.
Okay, let me tell you. That's the case, buddy.
Oh, my God.
In 15 years, that's coming.
Can
Go
I
ahead,
say
Vinny.
one thing really fast? As all you guys, when's St. Patrick's Day? St. Patty's Day. 17th?
Well, it's-
Monday?
yeah.
So it's Monday. But I want everybody to know this. And
Here
Pat,
we
you
go.
have no idea. But today is actually, it's a new holiday. It's St. Patrick Bet-Davis Day. And he's the saint of lost entrepreneurs. And guess what? We have a collection, Pat. You're going to love this. Look at this shit.
Hey.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
That's
listen,
supposed to be me?
This is
That's supposed to be me.
Listen,
that.
very
Is that
complimentary
like
of the
that?
nose, Vinny.
Look
That
at
is
the
a
nose.
very,
It
that's a
looks-
nice
it-
nose job.
So I'm gonna let you guys know. So we have a collection. Rob, can you
The
put-
fabric's nice. You
No,
should have
shirt
spent
is
more
sick.
on the artist,
shirt is
though.
sick, guys. That's the collection. Look at that. So we have T-shirts. We have the hat. We have the Future Looks Bright with the little leprechaun thing. This is Pat. This is guys.
This is St. Patty's Green Day, like
St. Patrick the David Day.
kidding.
And guys,
love it.
anybody that gets a purchase, you get this. You get Pat's little stickers.
there's
that
a
you put-
sticker.
Don't place an order.
and,
Oh
no,
my
no,
gosh.
guys. I want
Skip
you know
today's podcast,
guys.
He wants 1 million people walking around with Future Looks Bright. I want at least 200,000.
I don't want a single person
I
buying
want
that
this-
shirt with my
and-
face on it. Not
and-
one.
And one last thing.
I swear to God, I'm
you-
calling everybody that places an order and filing a complaint.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Whoever spends the most amount on this collection in the next 24 hours, you get this. Chris, could you bring this in? You get this.
So funny.
That's
great.
Stop
Right
it.
there.
How much?
Yes, you get that. No. You have,
how much?
Well, you have to get whoever in 24
I
hours.
gotta have that.
And whoever gets it, the whole PBD
need that.
podcast team with
That
Jillian
is
are going to
hilarious.
sign
yeah,
it. and
hold
we're-
on.
Yeah, we're going to
It's
give you a
actually a great
message.
deal.
So the winner's going to get that.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
And we're all
Pat.
going to sign
good
it and
look.
leave a
Yeah.
message.
For you, Chris.
We'll even
You
put
guys really
Jillian
know
Where
on
are we
it.
going to
love
sign
with
it? On his
this, huh?
cheeks?
We're gonna put it on his cheeks. So that's what. So just go to VTmerch.com and yeah.
PBD,
Are you mad at this shirt? I actually like it.
I
Listen,
love it.
I like the
Feel
quality.
that.
I love
The
that.
quality is always
What is that?
fantastic.
Velvet?
Like I said, guys,
Yeah.
if
Me?
stand up to see the
Oh,
shirt,
look
Vinny,
at
they
that,
can't
look
see
at
it.
It looks great.
I
Wow.
swear to God, if you place
St.
an order
Patrick
with that
Day.
shirt, I'm
Move his
calling
face.
you.
Hey.
PBD,
File with
Oh
complaint.
man.
this
Okay.
looks good. I loved you in
That's good
Seinfeld,
stuff.
PBD.
You like me in
Love you in
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld right there.
All right.
Look like Michael.
Okay, guys. So
Kramer.
that's for Future Looks Bright, St. Patrick's Day, VTmerch.com. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.